apologize. I went on the attack.
No, you're good. No, you're good. No,
Okay.
I'm the top. I'm just trying to learn things at the end of the day. Like Random said, like better. Like I'm trying to fit the knowledge within my framework, or I'm trying to like disregard my framework and accept a new framework, right? So that's what happens when you don't know things, right? Sometimes you might have to.
Well, no, don't disregard your framework or accept a new framework. You have to consider it critically and try and understand, what matches reality at a basic level.
All right, so Random, let me ask you that, right? So concerning like the grouping that we're talking about earlier, right? Like how should I like it at a if you could summarize it, right? How should it match reality? What you're trying to tell me? Because so far I
What do
understand,
you
right?
mean? Like what?
Humans, all humans, Homo sapiens sapiens, we're 99% alike.
Yeah, there's less genetic diversity in the human species
Right.
than there are between many other species in the animal kingdom.
And even if random it takes our closest, if we take chimps and bonobos, if you
No,
choose
stop,
and
Yandalf. You're just making it more complicated. Please don't, Yandalf. He was asking
I
you
was just going to say,
succinctly.
this would be we are a younger and less diverse species
We're younger and less
than
diverse species.
chimps and bonobos, which are almost equidistant. Chimps are slightly more distant, but yeah.
Yeah, like the point at which polar bears broke off from grizzly bears was longer away than the point at which humans branched off from other humans. Like our core population, the ancestor we share with other hominids, like the Neanderthals and Denisovans, that common ancestor is closer in time to us than the common ancestor between polar bears and grizzly bears.
Oh, okay, but now let me ask you: when a polar
So they've
bear,
had longer to diversify.
so now let me ask you like the big question I have
Get
here: when a
back to
polar,
work, Matt Walsh. Back to work.
oh come
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
on, we got. All right. So now let
Polar
me ask.
bears, polar bears come from Irish brown
Yandalf, can you
bears.
shut the fuck? Yandalf,
Oh,
like,
I'll
hold
shut
on,
the fuck up. Okay, yeah, no problem. Got it.
No, not you. It was the troll.
let delivery guy. Yeah, I was saying that to the troll, but like, I got DM. But like Yandalf let delivery guy go because he was saying something I'm trying to understand. So
Yeah. So
Got it. I'll be back in a minute.
the big question that I want to understand: when a polar bear and a grizzly bear come across each other, do they look at each other as different, or do they look at each other as the same?
I have no idea what the quality of a polar bear is or a grizzly bear.
No. Let me repeat the question. Right, when a polar bear comes across a grizzly bear, do they look at each other different, or do they look at each other the same?
Okay, you just repeated the question, and I'm saying that I have no idea to discern how a polar bear perceives a grizzly bear.
Right. So like even though right there's like I think your argument was like the more genetic classification of human of humans, right? Just humans, right? Well, like even though right I understand like polar bear and grizzly bear subspecies. All right, just to make the comparison fair, polar bear, another polar bear. What?
So a polar bear and another polar bear would show up, and they would look at each other, and they would see this, like they would view them the same, most likely, in their heads as you and I would view each other. I'm assuming you're white. Whereas a polar bear and a grizzly bear would look at each other and see each other in the variety as um hold on. I gotta let my dog out.
All right. like you and I, both white people. Okay, all right. Yeah, when you come back.
So, like the polar bear would look at a grizzly bear like you would look at a Neanderthal.
Well, there's no Neanderthal for me to look at, right? That was another question, but let's go back to
No, but you've seen images of a Neanderthal at the National History Museum or something like that, right?
But it's not.
Like you've seen pictures of like if you saw that thing standing in front of you, you would understand it was not a human, right?
No, I would think it's a human.
Like it was you would think it was a human, but you would understand that it is definitely different than any other human you've ever seen.
Well, Andre the Giant. Well, a human with malformed features, like Andre the Giant in WWE.
Oh my god, dude, you're reaching for fucking specifics of an example that I gave you that should be very fucking simple to understand. Stop trying to make it more complicated.
Hey,
I'm trying to encapsulate a broad thing, not a specific thing. Don't try to destroy the analogy by bringing up a specific outlying case.
All right, let me look up a Neanderthal one more time. Yeah, no. Okay. All right. So
Like its brow ridge is definitively different than any other person you've ever seen.
All right. So you're talking about more like this. I'll do a screenshot because some are more human or Homo sapien sapien looking like, but this one I think you're more talking about this one right here. That I just put in it. Let me put in the chat. All right. All right, I got you right now, but see. I just wish it could just allow me to. Oh, it doesn't allow me to paste the image in here. Alright, I could DM you the image and you'll let me know.
Don't. If Neanderthal is too close for you, then look up Homo erectus.
I'm trying to send you an image because this Neanderthal looks like extremely different. Alright. Yeah. Copy. Alright, there you go. I just sent you an image. I just DM'd you because I couldn't do it in the project. Yeah, so now that maybe that's probably not. But even so, these are like wax figures. I don't. But yeah, no, but that is different enough for me. Like, all right, yeah, this might not be a human I ever saw before. But Homo erectus. Let me check it out. No, they still look the. All right. Yeah, now this one, yeah. Actually, I think I saw like a. There's like I was watching a movie and they made aliens that actually looked like this, that had like the same shape as this one.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that first image, you would look at that and go, okay, yeah, that's obviously like there's something beyond. Like it's still a humanoid, but it doesn't seem to be what every other human I've ever looked at is. So, like a polar bear is going to look at a fucking grizzly bear and they're going to go, well, you look like a bear because you sure the fuck don't look like a fish and you don't look like a deer. So you look like a bear, but you look like a really weird bear. The same as you'd look at a Neanderthal going, you don't look like any other, like you obviously don't look like a cat or a dog, but you know, you also don't look like any other human I've ever seen.
Right. Like in real life, like obviously we'll never get real life, but if I were to see a Neanderthal in real life, I would say, yeah, yeah.
Yes, in the hypothetical, you ran into a Neanderthal in real life.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hey man, no, hey man, I'm with you. Like we're both white. Like, but a polar bear looking at a polar bear, right, is like you and I. We're both white people, but I would clearly say like, yeah, I have brown hair, and you probably have like thick black hair, or I have blonde hair, something like that. I could clearly like you have a face, and I could recognize your face, and there's like distinctions that you and I would see each other. That I'm pretty sure two polar bears would probably see each other too. Right. All right. Right.
Yeah.
And then with that, in our race, say for example, like I'm a white guy and I run into like a Hispanic person, right? I would probably know that, all right, that they're Hispanic. I'm like pretty sure polar bears, right? If there's like a Hispanic polar bear and not that there is, I'm obviously just throwing words out there, but if there's like a Hispanic polar bear and a Caucasian polar bear, they'll probably, by looking at each other, even though we can't see that, they could see that they're different, that they're a different polar bear, more or less, if that were the case. Or cats. A cat would be a better example. So, all right.
Yes, a polar bear would probably be able to tell the difference between a polar bear from Alaska and a polar bear from Montreal.
All right, but now would the polar bear be able to tell, right, the difference between a white man and a Hispanic man? Or like any animal of that?
I mean, they probably just look at both of us. Like a polar bear would look at both of us like food.
Yeah, right. They wouldn't look at us like, oh, this is different. It's just food. Yeah. But I mean, dogs.
Like seriously, like polar bears hunt us.
Yeah, dogs. I don't think they.
Polar bears are the only species of bear that actually hunt humans.
Yeah, I know that. Dogs, right? They see owner and then they see not owner. Anything not owner, then they're very territorial. Then they start to bark at. But if you're owner or like you're a friend of the
That's not
owner,
true.
oh, okay. Well, how do dogs?
That's not true at all.
All right, how do dogs see it?
My dog would fucking love you no matter who the fuck you were.
Okay, so we need a guard dog. You got it. I guess you.
I had a pink pit that I swear to God would fucking like have its hair standing on end on its back, growling at you in the most ferocious look possible, and all it was telling you was, "Why are you not fucking petting me, you dick?"
All right.
Wouldn't bite you, wouldn't harm you, just wanted you to pet it, and was curious as to why you weren't.
Okay. It probably sees, but like it's not at the priority to like the animal will probably could see you, right? But I don't think it's prioritizing trying to classify or group you into anything. But all right. So I understand, right, that there's genetic differences. Yeah, I understand that there's. I understand. I understand we're genetically similar, right? And you gotta.
We're genetically similar, but like that genetic similarity, we still have enough of a difference to be able to discern familial lines. To go back to what Forsaken was saying, like I would still be able to trace ethnicity, families, all sorts of things, because like what you can do is, even though 99% of our genome is the same, the 1% that's different, you can expand and then see how much of that 1% matches the other person. And that's how we figure out like who's the father.